Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cassie project. So this week's video, we're doing a thrift store makeover. Every time I go to a charity shop or a thrift store, I always have a look in the bric-a-brac, trinkety knick-knack aisle. And I'm always just scanning it to try and find something that I'm going to be able to customise and make look prettier. So my last couple of visits to the local charity shops, I found these two things and I was like, yes, a box. But it's not just a normal box, it's a tissue box. So you put your ugly tissues underneath and it looks all pretty. It's wood as well and it's flat and nice and easy to customise. That one was £2.50. Something a little bit more difficult to customise is my little cupcake. This little cupcake is a little trinket box so you can keep all your little bits in there. I don't know what I'm going to keep in there yet. And I just saw it and I just thought, Mariah Elizabeth, you know, it's just got the essence of Mariah. And that was only £1.25. But not only are we going to customise things, we're also going to be having a look at my brand new acrylic markers. So I thought these would be a really good canvas really for my new pens. Okay, so first up we need to prep these items. So let's start off with the tissue box. Let's have a little look. It's a bit ugly. It's not very attractive. The colour is atrocious. And I mean, the design's all right. It's kind of cute with the little ducks, but it's just a little bit boring and a bit basic really. But the box itself, it is in pretty good condition and it's a nice flat surface which is going to be really nice to customise anyway. So yeah, let's give it a little bit of a sand and then we'll pop some gesso on there and make it a lovely brand new canvas.
Sorry guys, just a quick one. Do you want to help me open that gesso by clicking the subscribe button?
And now moving on to the little cupcake. So it's a bit manky. It's a little bit dirty. It needs a clean. I've just noticed there's a little bit of a crack in it. I have to be really careful. I'm hoping the paint will adhere it together a little bit more. The design is, it's all right. It's a bit ugly. The colours are a bit faded and gross. And the cherry on top is pretty weird looking. So yeah, I'm going to give it a really, really light sand and I pop some gesso on top of that. So these are by Arrtx and the best thing about them is that they're brush tip. I saw Mirabile use them and they just look so smooth and liquidy and beautiful. I want to compare these to my Posca paint markers and see what we think. They're so beautiful. Not only is it one layer, but there is 2 layers of pens, which is just a little bit attractive, isn't it? I mean, I love the packaging. 2 layers of beautiful colours. So let's swatch these beautiful colours and have a look what we've got. A little darker strip for our lighter colours there, so we can compare them on the dark and the white. And you don't have to blot them to get them started, so they should just work straight away. And yes, it does. OMG, that is gorgeous. Holy moly. Wow. These are stunning. Just look at the opacity on that. It's such a lovely variety of colours as well. Got all these different tones. I quite enjoy swatching them on the black and the white actually because they kind of become a slightly different colour, don't they? You need a couple of layers, I think, when it comes to working on a darker colour. Beautiful. Okay, so that is box 1. Oh, look at that. That's a lovely purple. Oh, look at the opacity on that one. My word. I love the variety of greens that we've got. Oh, pretty. Did I just swatch that same one again? Oh, but look, going over it. Just layered it over that. Absolutely fine. And finally the black, which is juicy and beautiful, which is what we always want. Now what I do want to do is just to grab a colour to show what you can do with these markers. So you can go from really thick to a really, really thin line. You don't need to buy thick nibs and thin nibs. You could do calligraphy with these as well, because they're brush pens. That variety from one pen is insane. So the one flaw that I found about them is there's no number or name on them. The only number we've got is on the back of the box, but that's the only thing that I can say is not great about them. Other than that, these seem insanely good. Having that variety of colours, that variety of nibs is just an incredible set. And I must say, I absolutely adore the packaging as well. So let me know in the comments below which one is your favourite colour out of this set. I think my favourite colour out of this set has got to be number 67. So let's get to the iPad and do a few concept ideas. Now we know what colours we've got, we can kind of apply those. So I've put my swatch sheet actually on the iPad so that I can literally drag and drop those colours in. So I've decided to go for a nice red cherry, some rainbow sprinkles, because I want it to be very Mariah Elizabeth. We've got some pink icing, and then I'm making a very blendy rainbow. Now a major disappointment occurred at this point, because I realised that there are no oranges in the set. No oranges at all, which is a major flaw. Like, they've got all these amazing colours, but there's no oranges. So I had to use my orange Posca marker for the cupcake case. Okay, so it was blending to start with, but now I'm really struggling. Everything is starting to dry out. Even my Posca paint markers don't seem to want to work on this. I think it's just too porous. I think we need to go to plan B and just use some acrylic paint. If I'd just stuck to blocks of colour, it would have been absolutely fine. I mean, I was fairly disappointed really, but I know that it's not a brand thing because I tried it with the Posca markers as well.
One eternity later.
And there is my lovely blendy rainbow. It took a lot of work. Moving on to the tissue box. Okay, so we've got our four sides and the top. So our swatch of colours. My favourite one out of the lot, which is 67. So I thought what would work really nicely is if I did each side with a different colour, give it a bit of a colour block kind of style. And I'm going in with lots of different Zentangle patterns. Now this second one, I stole the idea from Mirabila. She did this ways to fill your sketchbook, and this was one of them, and I thought it was a great idea, so I'm going to do that for one of the sides. Then I'm going in with some like waves and giving it a nice dark sky, and then finally I'm going in with these like Zentangle mushroom things. I thought that would work quite nicely. Now I'm going in with my Arrtx pens, and they're working really well on this surface, much better than they did on the cupcake. So yeah, I haven't abandoned them yet. They worked really nicely and there was some good coverage. The only issue was a lot of the purples were quite dry, unfortunately. Not sure why it was the purples, but yeah, they just weren't as juicy as some of the others. Now I think this side was definitely one of my favourites. I think it just turned out really nicely, and I absolutely loved it when I added those little yellow dots to the flowers. I think that's my favourite side. It's very pretty. Moving on to the little Zentangle waves, I just added lots of swirls over and over again and gave it a nice dark pink sky. And then I did this lovely mushroom piece. I decided to change it up a little bit. I added a lot more colour compared to the concept idea on the iPad, but I'm really glad I did. I think it really stands out that way and just makes it look a little bit more interesting. Finally, we've got our lovely swirly Zentangle pattern, and now I'm adding a Arrtx Acrylic gloss varnish, but I'm not going to reveal it just yet. You'll have to wait till the end of the video to see the results. So I'm adding a black circle to the base of the cupcake just to smarten it up a little bit, and I'm actually adding a bit of cake to it.
I didn't have this on my concept design, I just had the icing coming up to the cupcake case, but I thought it'd be quite nice to make the icing look a bit more drizzly, so I've added this lovely beigey colour to the edges and give it a bit of a swirl, just to make it look a bit more like a cupcake. Now adding that beautiful red cherry on top transforms it and giving it those lovely little sprinkles, using all the different colours that I used on the acrylic case as well. Adding my acrylic gloss varnish by Liquid-X just to make it all shiny and protected. And here you go, here is the results. So there you have it, there are my beautiful pieces. I'm really proud of these ones, I think they turned out very, very well. Thank you so much for watching, do binge some more videos, and I'll see you next week, bye!